You and all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
City News.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to the Citi Prime News. We are coming to you live from our studios at number 11, Dr. Martin Loop in Adabraka, Accra. My name is Adjuatin Kramat Domina. Coming up, Strategic Mobilization Limited rejects claims by KPMG that it was compensated with 1 billion cedis for the Petroleum Revenue Assurance contract in its GRA deal.
SML likes to point out that KPMG's findings, which suggest that fees estimated to be paid under the 5-year consolidated average about 1 billion Ghana cedis, is false.
We bring you those details shortly. Also coming up, Ashanti Regional Minister Simon Osei-Mensah rejects calls by workers of ECG in the Ashanti region to apologize over arrest of Ashanti East manager of the company.
I'm asking, do I have to apologize for doing my security work? What I want to tell you that I asked the police to invite engineer Mark Asmani Wiafi on security grounds because of the happenings in the electricity power sector in the region.
Still in this bulletin, Ghana Education Service transfers 4 out of 8 senior high school head teachers in Ashanti region who were interdicted for allegedly charging unauthorized fees from fresh students.
4 of them have been asked to go back to their various schools, and 4 of them they have been swapped from this school to the other.
And later, fear grips residents of Santor and Ajay Kojo over increased robbery incidents attributed to the Dumsor crisis.
You get home sweating from the day's heat, then you go home, nothing to cool you down. You can't even open your windows. If you open it, somebody will come and open the net and then put in this thing like a stick. Start picking things from your room.
Stay with us for details of these and more stories in the next 30 minutes. This bulletin is live around the globe on citinewsroom.com. On Facebook, we're on Citi 97.3 FM. And across the country, we are live on a number of affiliates. In the Western region, you can tune into Beach 105.5 FM in Takrady. If you are in the Bunu region, this is Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyani. In the Ashanti region, tune into Focus 94.3 FM in Kumasi. Orange 107.9 FM. In the Volta region, this is Revival 99.3 FM. In the Northern region, Radio Bimbala 91.9 FM. In the Upper East region, Tanga 93.7 FM in Bolga. And in the Upper West region, Toonstone 97.3 FM in Wa and Jurapa 96.1 FM. Please stay for details.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Thank you for your company. This afternoon, private firm Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited (SML) has rejected claims that it was compensated some 1 billion cedis for the Petroleum Revenue Assurance contract it had with the Ghana Revenue Authority, the GRA. KPMG was ordered by President Akufo-Addo on January 2 to audit the contract between GRA and SML after allegations of corruption and under-declaration. KPMG said in its report that SML was paid a total of 1,061,054,778 cedis from 2018 to date. But SML, in a strongly worded statement, said the assertions by KPMG were wrong because it relied on wrong data, hence the inaccurate conclusions. Citi News' Caleb Kuda has excerpts of the SML statement.
SML likes to point out that KPMG's findings, which suggest that fees estimated to be paid under the 5-year consolidated average about 1 billion Ghana cedis, is false. SML rejects KPMG's assertion that it partially delivered on several requirements regarding the Transaction Audit Service Agreement. Regarding the Transaction Audit Service, SML delivered fully on its obligations as outlined in the contract. KPMG also confirmed that other important benefits from the SML technology, including a deterrent for under-declarations and several levels of reconciliation and validation, prevented revenue losses to GRA. SML disagrees with KPMG's findings regarding the realized petroleum volumes and the tax revenue realized as a result of the compliance tools that led to increased volumes. KPMG quotes a figure as compensation to SML. It is interesting to note that this figure is quoted without reference to the investments made and the taxes paid by SML over the period with the consolidated contract. The compensation of over 1 billion Ghana cedis stated by KPMG is inaccurate.
Citi News' Caleb could have read those excerpts from a statement issued by SML. Away from that, a legal practitioner and former Member of Parliament for Tamale Central, Inusa Fuseni, has renewed calls for the amendment of provisions of the Constitution that limits a person with dual citizenship from occupying certain public offices. The Supreme Court, by a majority decision, declared as unconstitutional sections of the Citizenship Act, which prohibits a person with dual citizenship from becoming a Chief Justice, a Commissioner of Customs, a Chief Director, among other key public roles. Now, speaking to Citi News on the back of the court's judgment, the former Tamale Central MP said the court's judgment is in the right direction.
The Ghanaian citizen is an inherent right. I mean, you have a right as a Ghanaian because you are a Ghanaian. Your parents or one of your parents or your grandfather or grandmother was a Ghanaian. That is an inherent right in you. And as a Ghanaian, you can only acquire the citizenship of another country. But here, if you are a Ghanaian by reason of birth, that citizenship inherits in you. I've always argued that. Why do we exclude Ghanaians who have acquired the citizenship of another country to be excluded from holding public office? It appears to me that even though the Constitution has clearly prohibited Ghanaians who hold the citizenship of another country from holding such offices, I think that one of those provisions of the Constitution which ought to be amended should be the provisions limiting a person who holds allegiance to another country from occupying that office. I mean, maybe we can only exclude that of the president and members of parliament, but to just give a carte blanche, including the office of the special prosecutor, prohibition appears to be too wide.
Well, Honorable Fuseni also drew comparisons with earlier Supreme Court decisions on the Member of Parliament for Asin North, James Jachi-Kwesi, which bordered on dual citizenship.
I believe that decision did not speak to the facts of the case because a person had renounced his citizenship long before elections were conducted in Ghana. Indeed, the only reason why at the time of opening nominations he had not gotten his certificate of renunciation was because of COVID, which made working in public offices tedious. But when he was challenged at the Electoral Commission, he produced evidence to show that he had renounced his citizenship long before the nominations were opened. And in fact, on 7th December 2020, he did not owe allegiance to any country. At the time that he was contesting the elections, he did not owe allegiance to any country. But the Supreme Court relied on the decision of the senator case and said that the time of qualification should be at the time of filing his nomination. And so that was the problem. So I don't believe that the case, in all honesty, using the modern rules of interpretation, can be right.
You heard Inusa Fuseni. He's a legal practitioner and former Member of Parliament for Tamale Central. Let's move away to other stories now. 4 out of 8 senior high school head teachers in the Ashanti region who were interdicted for allegedly charging unauthorized fees from fresh students have been transferred to other schools. The interdictions occurred in December 2023 following accusations of charging students various unapproved fees, including payment of house dues, books, calculators, admission process fees, printing of slips, files and hymn books. The Ashanti Regional President of the Conference of Heads of Assisted Secondary Schools, Suleimana Yabua, provides further details on the matter.
They've taken a decision where 4 of them have been asked to go back to their various schools, and 4 of them they have been swapped from this school to the other school. Kumasi Girls is now at Ntonso, SZA Girls, and Ntonso SZA Girls is at Nkarie. Nkarie, who was affected. Ntonso SZA Girls was not affected, but Kumasi Girls was affected. she's being moved to Toronto Girls. SD Girls is being moved to Ontario, and Ontario is being moved to Agri-Kinsman. In the direct swap, we have Mansour Dubia moving to Trapiase and Trapiase moving to Mansour Dubia. Trapiase was not affected, but it is the swapping that made it happen. So, and the last person, KSCS, also moved to Bosome Ferhon SHF, who is on retirement.
Suleimana Yabua is the Ashanti Regional President of Conference of Heads of Assisted Schools. Away from that, the Ashanti Regional Minister Simon Osei-Mensah has vehemently declined a request by Workers' Union of the Electricity Company of Ghana asking him to apologize for ordering the arrest of one of their managers. The minister justified his actions and insisted that he asked the police to invite the Ashanti Region East manager of the ECG, Engineer Mark Wiafiasumeni, on security grounds. Well, the minister at a news conference today explained that there were arrangements between the Electricity Company of Ghana and the Kumasi Technical University on a payment plan following the university's indebtedness.
I'm asking, do I have to apologize for doing my security work? What I want to tell you that I asked the police to invite Engineer Mark Asumani Wiafi on security grounds because of the happenings in the electricity power sector in the region, and the fact that a task force can always come from outside to disconnect without the proper information. What is ironical is that they tell me they are not under me, and for that matter, I cannot tell them what to do, but they want to tell me how I have to execute my security responsibilities as enshrined in the Security and Intelligence Agencies Act of 2020, Act 1030. They want to tell me, but they say I cannot tell them what to do. And I want to also tell them what they stated in their publication, I think on the 18th of April 2024, that their managers are members of the Regional Security Council, is palpable false. They are not members of the Regional Security Council. The Regional Security Council invited them to come and brief us on the adequacy or otherwise of security measures put in place at the various strategic installations of the Electricity Company of Ghana in the Ashanti region. And they are not members. And we do to every institution where we find security risk.
Meanwhile, the Ashanti Regional Minister has also taken a dig at the ECG for ignoring cautions from the Security Council to ensure continuous power at the residence where the President and his Vice lodge when they visit the Ashanti region.
I've informed ECG that where the President and the Vice President lodge anytime they are in Kumasi is declared security zone. Unfortunately, ECG has never observed and keep on flouting this when they know very well what they are supposed to do as security zones. It means I see them more or less either intentional or failure of duty. And as representative of the President and supervising the people, good people of Ashanti region, who also chairs the Regional Security Council, I cannot sit alone and allow such a thing go on. All the meters in my residences are prepaid except my house in my hometown. And even that one, ECG has not been submitting the bills regularly. But as a responsible citizen of the country, from time to time, I go and make lodgement. And the last lodgement was made on the 2nd of April 2024. That's this month. Now, disingenuous as they are, 22nd April, they send this bill to my house at Dachi. And less knowledgeable as they are, the actual reading on the meter as of yesterday was 23,498 units. The bill that they submitted, which definitely the meter will have been read far earlier, is 25,355. A whooping difference of more than 1,900.
Well, that was the Ashanti Regional Minister Simon Osei-Mensah. Let's go quickly to the phone lines and speak to Bismarck Adoma. He's the National Vice Chairman of the Senior Staff Association for ECG in the Ashanti region. Good afternoon, Bismarck. The Regional Minister says you're being disingenuous, and in fact, he says he owes you no apology for executing his mandate. Now, what is your next line of action?
Disingenuous on what? If you can explain it to me.
He's saying that a bill that has been sent to his house is not an accurate representation.
We have not talked anything about it. what we are having with is not something like his personal bill. We are talking about what happened when our general manager was arrested. If we can go and talk about that one, we'll talk about it. We are not talking about his personal house now.
So on the request for apology, the minister says he owes you no apology because he was simply executing his duties. And I'm asking, what is your next line of action?
So let me clear one or two things what he said before I go by that one. The minister said that we said that our general managers are part of the RICSEC. Nowhere in our statement did we say they are part of it. At the letter we sent him, we said that the letter he sent to us on the 9th April, inviting our 4 general managers, we have resolved that our general managers are not coming. The meeting was supposed to come on yesterday, and we insisted they did not go. And then we said that subsequently, any meeting he will call them, they will not attend. Nowhere did we say that our general managers are part of the RICSEC. We did not say it in any of our statements. 2, he said that anytime president comes to Kumasi, we go ahead. He has told us that we shouldn't put where the president is off, and we go ahead and put it off. He cannot just make a statement. He should give us a day president was in Kumasi, and he told us that president was coming, and we went ahead and put the place off so that we can discuss that matter. And secondly, when Grico dump any of our substations, no matter how it is, anybody who is on that particular feeder will go off. So he should give us specific data and we all interrogate it. He cannot just make a blind statement and say it. If he says he will not apologize, fine. The next will meet and take our next line of action.
So are you still wearing your red armbands?
It was only yesterday. And we were it yesterday. Today, we heard that he will be on air today. So after listening to him, we have all the audios. The next will meet and decide our next line of action.
Thank you. Bismarck Aduma is the National Vice Chairman of the Senior Staff Association for the Electricity Company of Ghana in the Ashanti region. He was reacting to the regional minister's response on demands for apology. You're still listening to the Citi Prime News. When we return, fear grips residents of Santor and Ajay Kojo over increased robbery incidents attributed to Dumso. Please stay for details.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Citi TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on channel 363. On GoTV, we're on channel 117, and on HD+, get us on channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search, but take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Citi TV. Citi TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box like the GoTV and HD+ boxes. Citi TV, it's your world.
Another year is here, and your family radio station 97.3 Citi FM, as part of our Family Month, invites you to the 2024 edition of the Family Consecration Service. Join us as we invite His presence and His blessings and dedicate our lives and our homes to God. Now, through prayer, scripture reading, and a time of worship, we will deepen our relationship with God and strengthen the love within our families. The date is Wednesday, 1st May 2024. The time is 6 a.m. right through till 12 noon. The venue is the Oil Dome Royal House Chapel, Accra. There will also be a time for the renewal of vows for married couples. The 2024 Family Consecration Service is powered by 97.3 Citi FM and supported by Citi TV. Remember, the family that prays together stays together.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. Let's bring you some other stories. The minority members on the Mines and Energy Committee of Parliament say their engagements with the Electricity Company of Ghana suggest that the ongoing power outages will not end anytime soon. This is in spite of an assurance by the chairman of the governing board of the ECG, Herbert Krapa, that the current power outages will soon be a thing of the past. Speaking to Citi News, a member of the Mines and Energy Committee of Parliament, Dr. Rashid Pelpo, said until the government settles its huge indebtedness to the independent power producers, the situation will persist.
Let me admit that the members of the Energy Committee to which I belong
have recognized the need for an intervention in this energy crisis. We have spoken to the ECG, and the ECG has responded. They give us an impression that the challenge was something that they can't manage, and that it was not possible for them to avoid doing so at this very moment, meaning that it is something that has come to stay for a while. Our expectation was that they would go ahead and do a timetable, respecting Ghanaians and reflecting the situation we have now, do a timetable so people don't get a shock out of it. They finally didn't do that. We asked them whether it was possible. The impression was that it was possible, but eventually they have not done it. So my impression is that we are in a situation that is uncontrollable now. The ECG cannot stop putting the lights off because they haven't met the situation where they can have consistent power supply to the rest of the country. They are in debt. They can't pay their debts. Gridco is in debt because of ECG. Almost all the beneficiaries from government agencies are putting a heap on the effort of ECG to supply consistent light. It is directly affecting productivity and affecting the daily lives of people.
You heard a member of the Mines and Energy Committee of Parliament and MP for Wa Central, Dr. Rashid Pelpo. Let's stay a while longer on the issues of power, and residents of Santor and Ajay-Kojo in the Greater Accra region are living in fear due to a surge in robbery cases during power outages. They argue that traders as well as residents are targeted whenever the lights are off at night. In a third of our series on the impact of the ongoing erratic supply of power on industries and households, City News' Philip Nilati assesses the situation at Santor and Ajay-Kojo and our report.
Many are complaining about the erratic power supply. Business owners are lamenting the impact this is having on their business, trade and day-to-day activities. Individuals are also complaining about how this is affecting their electrical appliances. Some get damaged, and others are also complaining about how they will have to spend the night in heat whenever there is doomsday. Well, in some communities, criminal activities are on the rise because of the erratic power supply. I'm here at Santor and Ajay-Kojo to find out the situation in these communities as the residents are complaining about the increasing number of criminal activities whenever the lights go off.
Do so affecting everything and every area of our life. Number one, in the evening, sometimes when they off the light like this, you're already tired, stressed up. You get home sweating from the day's heat, then you go home, nothing to cool you down. You bath yourself, you are still sweating. And because of this do so, especially where I live, you can't even open your windows. That is the sliding windows. Because if you open it and you are something like resting or sleeping, somebody will come and open the net and then put in this thing like a stick, start picking things from your room. So, in fact, it's difficult for us, especially at my place. The robbery is there too much. Then also, along the stretch of this road, from that gate to Ajay-Kojo, the road is very bad. And so this doom so, in the evening, daytime the car cannot go speed because of the nature of the road. And there are no street lights here too. So with doom so, when the lights are off and you are driving, you can't go speed, you have to go slow. And the robbers are taking advantage of that. Sometimes they'll be riding this bike called Okada. Yeah, so you think they are Okada riders, but they are not. And then they'll be riding with guns. So you don't know how they got the guns. Sophisticated guns, sometimes these pump action guns. Then they come and then just attack you, rob you, then that's it. So Doomsaw rather is bringing a lot of this robbery thing into the system, and it's affecting us a lot. Just recently, I think 2 weeks ago, one of our tractor drivers, his car loaded these market women full in the car, and we were just traveling from this side to go to Ashamanda Bridge. It was a Monday. Just as they got to this place, we call the place Baba Junction. They said Okada guys 2 on one bike. We were passing, they just got to them, they gave a warning shot. Just after the warning shot, they came and stood in front of the car with the gun hands up. The driver has to park. Then all the passengers must get down, search everybody, rob everybody. Then they took to their heels.
I may say from here to Underbridge, they have a way here called a Baba Junction. I may say about 3 weeks ago, the same criminal activities happened. And it happened almost, I may say, every after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it happened. And if I want to talk about that, maybe we cannot end it today because we complain a lot, but who is there to listen to us? You understand? And we find it difficult, especially our women, our mothers who are going to market in the bridge Monday to Thursday. They always face that problem. Even when they move from house on the street, they attack them on the street before they get to the station. But we complain. We can see the bad nature of our road. Sometimes before the security system will react, or the people, they're already gone. And then who is there to trigger them? We went to police station to give that complaint, but we can't find solution to it.
So still assessing the situation in Ajay Kojo, where we understand that some individuals or persons attacked an individual following the power situation in this particular community. We'll speak to the victims and find out from them exactly what the issue is.
How they came, I was naked. I came out to see that guy. They shot me to go inside. I went in, then I came back. Then I shot the boy that he shouldn't make this, he should lie down. He shouldn't drag with them. Unfortunately, I heard that here. Oh, they shot me. Around 2 a.m. So I just go around. I just shout for help. Naked. Up to that side, where they were laying blocks. They were moving blocks. I went there. Nobody was there to make this thing. They were all afraid. They saw the people around this place. Immediately they finished, they just passed here. But me, my eyes on the boy. But not knowing they were hanging there. That guy over there saw them. But he's afraid to come nearer. So I was shouting, the room my boy was, so they should come and help. They should come and help up to that side. Then I went to Ajay's house to call him. But the first time I didn't hear, so I went to, there's some church over there. I went there to find help. Nobody was there to pick it. So one boy took a motor and sent the guy to the hospital. Then I went there and called Ajaku again. Then how he heard this thing, he was deeply asleep. Then he came around 2 something.
So all this while the lights were off?
It was light off.
Here with me is Peter Kisei. He is the Assembly Member for Santor Onyaishi electoral area. He would speak to us or speak to me about what really the issue is, how they are coping with the criminal activities in this particular area whenever the lights are off.
The lights every day to go off like 3 times a day. And anytime the light went off, we have this kind of challenge. Armed robbers are worrying us. And since December, they voted for us for this assembly area, electoral area. We face a lot of challenge because our road is not good. The road is bad. So anytime the vehicle are going at dawn, those armed robbers used to attack our vehicles at the road. So if he says, I went to the district commander and I told him to give us a police patrol team. So past 2 weeks ago, they started coming. Anytime they came, like 3 o'clock, they have to come and lay ambush on the road because of the armed robbers. Because anytime the light went off, you see the people, they will be hiding using this kind of motorbike. They will be chasing our market women, taking their food stuff, their money, those kind of things. So this kind of light off issue is giving us a problem here.
Residents within Ajay Kojo, Santor and adjoining communities are bearing the brunt of the unending erratic power supply, coupled with the fact that their roads are deplorable. They want government to, as a matter of urgency, to either issue a timetable for the erratic power supply and also increase police visibility within these communities to avert the incidence of criminal activities. Reporting for Citi News, my name is Philip Latte.
A very troubling situation there. But that's how we wrap up this afternoon's edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studio at Adabraka in Accra. For more news, you'd want to log on to citinewsroom.com. My name is Ajwa Tenkrama Domina. Thank you for listening. Have a good afternoon.
City News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook. On Twitter at Citi973.